Prior to moving to Indonesia, I did not understand the uniqueness and the cultural history of the Balinese. It doesn't take long for one to become immersed into Balinese culture no matter where you turn, whether intentionally or unintentionally. From daily offerings, temples, traditional dress, and ceremonies taking place right in the streets, the culture is rich. That is why I was honored to be invited to Ngaben, a Balinese cremation ceremony, what I call a beautiful death. Balinese funeral ceremonies are complex, a lot more complex than what I was able to capture. This is because to the Balinese who practice Hinduism, death is not the end of a person's life, but a transition to the next stage. Ngaben is the second ritual. First, the body is ceremoniously washed. Second is the cremation and burning of the body. And third, the family collects the ashes and the bones and offers them into the sea. It is believed that once the soul has been purified by fire, which represents earth, it must be purified by water. The Balinese perform many rituals that they believe propel the deceased to transition and begin the process of reincarnation properly. As a Westerner, there are many things that I do not understand, but the beauty, grace, and happiness from carrying out what they believe is their most sacred duty is undeniable. It's so different than what I'm used to as an American, and it was such a beautiful experience to witness. These ceremonies are expensive, costing about $2,000 to $3,000 US. This is a lot for an average Balinese family. If the family does not have the money at the time of death, it is common to bury and dig up the body once they have enough. Sometimes this can take years. Once the body was placed on the bade, which is a ceremonial tower, everyone walked almost 2 miles to the cremation site. There was laughing, running, traditional music, rice throwing, and dancing. The most shocking things for me as a Westerner was that everyone had a smile or a laugh covering their face. No one looked sad. There's a reason for this. Of course they mourn, but they do this before the ceremony. Tears are said to be a hurdle for the soul to finish the process of transition. I was also shocked to see how openly everyone was allowed to film and photograph the dead body. This is heavily frowned upon in the US. For the Balinese, this is an accomplishment which warrants being documented. We sat on the ground, had lunch, and talked for 2 hours as the body was burned, along with every offering, poster, and even the bade was burned. I think no matter what your beliefs are, there are some things we can all learn from a Balinese funeral. Death is just as important as life. It's inevitable, and it should indeed be a beautiful death. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to subscribe. If I'm lucky, I'll be traveling the world for the rest of my life. Join me.